everyone, welcome in. My name is Brianna, and this is going to be another message for the collective. I'm going to see what we can expect over the weekend, what's incoming over the weekend, within the next 3 days. What can we expect? The Nine of Swords. Worry, stress, and anxiety. Okay, Spirit. What can we... The Nine of Swords again. The Three of Swords. What is this energy? Help me channel clear and concise messages for the collective, please, Spirit. Alright, what do we need to know? What can we expect this weekend? We've got the King of Pentacles. The Four of Wands, the King of Pentacles. The Four of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups, and the King of Wands. There are two kings here. There are two kings. But there's a match here. A Queen of Wands to the King of Wands. Priestess, the Hermit. Maybe this King of Pentacles has found some sort of stability or reached some sort of milestone, victory. Wands, the self-mastery. He's mastered an aspect of his self. Maybe that's what this King of Wands is. This King of Wands is self-mastery, mastering the personality, mastering the ego, taming your fire, right? Taming your fire and your passion so that you can wield them with more precision. Maybe this King of Pentacles has mastered an aspect of himself. And there's some sort of offer here. Ace of Pentacles, Ten of Cups. Maybe this is an opportunity from the universe, some sort of special energetic timeline or seed, right? Seed of creation, potential. The potential to create ultimate emotional fulfillment with the Ten of Cups here. Or maybe this King of Pentacles, he wants to make an offer. He wants to offer someone happiness, emotional fulfillment, emotional stability, emotional abundance, family, home, happy family. We've got the Queen of Wands down here. The Queen of Wands is a match to the King of Wands. This is the Eight of Wands, acceleration and strength. Something coming in strong. Coming in strong for a Queen of Pentacles. I'm sorry, a Queen of Wands. I said Queen of Pentacles. That would be the match to the King of Pentacles. The Queen of Wands. What can we know about this? This could also be two kings, two masculine energies. Two masculine energies. One wanting some sort of stability, building a foundation, building a solid foundation, and then one wants this Ten of Cups, Emotional fulfillment, there's one offer here in the middle, and there's also one queen. There's only one queen, but the queen is a match to this king here. So maybe there's a choice, I don't know. What else do we need to know about this? Reason, compassion, and understanding. Reason, compassion, and understanding. I met your higher self. Miserable and hopeless. Breakup, separation. Okay, so we've got the King of Earth, which is a match to this King of Pentacles. King of Earth came out with a Dark Knight. Dark Night of the Soul, Shadow Exploration. So going back to what I said earlier, maybe this King of Pentacles, King of Earth, he's been through some sort of Dark Night, Shadow Exploration, and he's reached a level of stability within himself. We've got reason, compassion, and understanding. So he's found some sort of compromise, made some sort of compromise, he's come to some sort of conclusion or understanding about himself. And it says, I met your higher self. So maybe he's met an aspect of his higher self. Maybe he has integrated, maybe that's what this is, integrated an aspect of his higher self. We've got miserable and hopeless, breakup and separation. Miserable and hopeless. This is like the Five of Cups. Sorrow, disappointment about a breakup or a separation. What's that? We've got ring, promise. Okay, maybe this person has been in this energy, feeling down and out about a breakup or separation. A separation from a Queen of Wands, while he did this work, right? While he was in this Dark Night energy. Maybe this Queen of Earth, or I don't know why I keep calling her a Queen of Earth. Maybe this Queen of Wands energy, there was some sort of separation or breakup. And he's been feeling a little low about it. Yeah, while he did this work, we've got the Pits, which is an undesirable experience, an undesirable reality that doesn't really feel good. There's lots of friction and tension, and it's karma, right? It's a karmic situation that we have to liberate ourselves from with this defend energy, stand your ground. So maybe there was some sort of breakup or separation while this masculine, we've got the moon, the subconscious, did this subconscious exploration to reach this level of stability. Now, he hasn't, I feel like there's an offer that wants to be made here, but maybe he's still in this energy. Uncertainty is what I heard. We've got cosmic mate, higher love. This is a spiritual connection, a highly spiritual connection. We've got the cross, spiritual obligation. This is kind of given like a broken contract, a broken soul contract, or maybe just thinking or feeling that there's been some sort of breakup here, spiritual obligation. We've got hope, and again, defend. So this is like defending your vision, standing up for a dream, fighting for a dream, a wish. Anything else we can know about this? Victim card came out in the reverse on this this dark night energy. Victim card. This is like self-pity. Woe is me. Sending yourself on a guilt trip, feeling guilty. Feeling guilty for doing the work. Maybe when this divine masculine, I'm going to call him a divine masculine, was doing this work, he neglected this connection. He wasn't able to give as much of his time, energy, and attention to it because he was in the pits. He was fighting for his sovereignty, his ability to choose and lead his life in the direction he wants to lead it, right? Self-mastery, mastering his self. The King of Wands becomes the King of Wands through a process of self-mastery, mastering the ego, mastering the personality, mastering the lower nature, right? That's what this wand is. It's the lower nature. Now he is in control. He has the power, right? His lower nature doesn't have power over him, and because of this, he's able to use this energy, his life force energy, in a way that helps him create without fear, without the limitations of his shadow or the restrictions of his lower nature with I met your higher self here. Okay. So it was some necessary work. That's the difference between a twin flame union and a higher love union, right? A twin flame union can come together at any point, at any stage. If this union would have come together before this masculine energy had an opportunity to master himself, then it probably would have fell apart, or it wouldn't have been as strong, or there would have been a lot of triggering, shadow triggering, right? So this work had to be done. And like I said in my last video, it was the perfect time to do this work, right? Because Mercury has been in retrograde. Mercury rules communication and expression. When it goes retrograde, it's going to be how we communicate and express ourselves. It's an opportunity for us to go within and do this kind of work. Untangle what needs to be untangled, unplug what needs to be unplugged, rewire ourselves. It's the shadow work, the shadow exploration. That way when Mercury goes direct, which is going to be on Monday, or it's going to station direct on Monday, we've done all of this work. We've met ourselves at a higher level. We've done the work to integrate and stabilize this new frequency. That's what this is here. the Four of Wands. It's like a stabilization, a solid foundation of the wands, yourself, your personality. So this energy, I forgot what I was saying, but it's been stabilized for this divine masculine, and now he's the king of himself, right? He's the king. Maybe he was a king of pentacles, a king of material success, but the king of wands is a whole different domain, right? This is personal power. Okay. Whoa. Aggression, hostile behavior, and crutch, and fire. Okay, I feel like maybe this is what had to be tempered. I don't want to say like eradicated or anything like that, because this king of wands, maybe it's a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This king of wands needs his fire, right? He needs his fire. It's when it's tempered and soothed and smoothed out, it's less like aggression, hostile behavior, like being combustive and combative and forceful and confrontational. That's going to be a lower quality, right? Primal instincts, the lower self. So instead of being that way, it's like smooth and tempered into divine inspiration, right? Divine spark. Now he can use this energy, this powerful, potent energy, this passion, this drive. He can use this raw energy to create instead of it working against him with this crutch here, toxic codependency. So this was the work that had to be done. We've got daybreak here, light after dark. It says you've reached the end of a difficult period. Take a moment to reflect on your progress as a bright new beginning is on the horizon. Graduation, upswing, completion, achievement, milestone. So you've done something here, divine masculine, where the divine masculine in this reading has done something. He's made some sort of accomplishment. He's reached some sort of goal, personal goal, achievement. King of Wands. So don't feel guilty for this work that you had to do. If this connection is what it is, then it'll be true. Echo, a delayed return. It says something that hit a wall in the past is coming back around for reconsideration. So if there was any missed opportunity here within this connection, then there's a chance for like a redo, right? A second chance, a delayed return, reconciliation. It says it's time to release the past and move forward. You may have to detach yourself from outdated mindsets, relationships, and experiences to make space for fresh opportunities. I feel like that is this, right? Detaching yourself from this victim mentality, or feeling guilty, or feeling bad. Detach yourself from, maybe detaching yourself from this period of shadow work and emerging from the shadows. Homecoming, feeling at home. It says a person, experience, or environment will help you feel completely comfortable and at ease. You may be reconnecting with yourself after a period of feeling out of sorts. Homecoming. Maybe you're coming home to this counterpart energy, this higher love, or maybe both, right? Coming home to yourself. Maybe you've done this. It says stability, commitment, foundation, celebration, relaxation, and free to be. That's what this is. Stability, contentment, foundation, celebration. Did I say contentment? Oh, yes. Stability, contentment, foundation, celebration, relaxation, and free to be. Feeling free to be. And then we've got vulnerable, honest expression. Sharing your true selves with others may make us susceptible to negativity and criticism, yet when we express ourselves genuinely, despite fear, we open the door to opportunities, relationships, and experiences that align with our authenticity. So there may be some sort of honest expression, a sincere expression. There may also be fear here because these miserable, hopeless, guilty energies are here. So there may be some fear. But when you share yourself in spite of fear, or express yourself in spite of fear, you align with the people, experiences, and relationships that resonate with you on this vulnerable and honest level, right? Okay, let's just do some of these to close. Oh, Six of Swords. Six of Swords, Mercury in Aquarius. It says earned success after mental conflict and turmoil. So there's some sort of success, achievement. Again, earned success after mental conflict and turmoil. Now things are balancing out. You're healing your anxiety. That's what this homecoming energy is. Homecoming, feeling at home. Anxiety is going to be healed. Depression is going to be healed. You're moving forward with a clear perspective. Evolving from solving life's problems to growing. That's like evolving from a mind trap or an aspect of the 3D, the matrix programming, right? Evolving from the labyrinth, having to constantly solve problems, and now you're just growing and flourishing, right? Because you've done this. What's that? The Three of Cups, Mercury in Cancer, communicating and expressing ourselves with love, celebrating the arrival of spring and the return of warmth and fertility. This is a return of what's been lost, whether it be energy or a relationship, right? A return of what's been lost or stolen, and celebrating that with the Four of Wands here. Celebrating the return of happiness. Okay, guys, I think that's it. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you all so much for being here, and I'll see you on the next one.